Hold up.
Yeah. Hey everybody, it's Costa. I'm filming the first Filter Friday. This is something I want to do. I want to start doing basically reviews of the filters that I sell online. Also the ones that I use in my stores. I think it would be nice to talk about the products. There's nothing really on there on YouTube talking about filters or giving reviews of them with such a large variety. There's so many companies out there that do them, so I think it would be nice to talk a little bit about them. They're such a major product, such a major part of my business, and such an integral part of your vehicle that I don't think they get enough attention. Everyone kind of is. Everyone's always worried about the quality of the oil, but what people don't realize is your oil is only as good as the filter that cleans it. So you could have the best oil in the world in there, but if you have some cheap knockoff filter from wherever, it's not gonna be any good. So I brought 3 filters with me. 2 of them are the same because it's kind of interesting to me. I want to talk a little bit about the companies and their background, and then a little bit about the filters themselves. The 3 filters I've chosen are the Castrol CAS9972, the Mobil one M1C-251, and then the Pennzoil HPZ37. And I'm going to start with the Castrol one. Castrol is a very well-known company, probably one of the most well-known. All 3 of these 3 particular companies are probably the 3 most known oil companies. Castrol was founded by a man named Charles Wakefield in 1899, known as the Wakefield Oil Company. I think a lot of the smaller companies start off as named after the founder. A lot of the times I'm actually in the process of renaming my businesses, and we're going to go with the name Costa Quick Change. And I think that if my company was ever bought by a larger company, it would assume the name of the company that it's bought by. It's typically how it works. But Castrol didn't really come about until a little later on, when the chemists at Wakefield Oil Company started using castor oil in their formula. At that point, that's when they changed the name to Castrol. It was purchased by BP in 2000, so Castrol is owned by British Petroleum. It's really not known for its filters, it's known for its oils more so than anything. So here's the filter itself. It's made in the USA. It's made of polyfiber. This is a full synthetic oil filter. This is what's known as a cartridge filter. Cartridge filters, this particular one is still underneath the car, but it's in a housing that has a cap, which is not typical of oil filters. This particular filter is a full synthetic oil filter, so it's meant to go past the 3,000 mile mark. It gets 99% of dirt particles found in your oil pan, and that test was done by the ISO. The actual ISO test is 4548-12 multi-pass test. If you Google that, you can actually download the test and see what exactly that means and how they came up with that 99% filtration rate. The ISO is an independent, non-government organization that basically, when you hear the name, you'll kind of get an idea of what they try to do, but their name is the International Organization for Standardization. So that's where they come in. It's based out of Geneva, Switzerland. You know, Geneva seems to be the place where the world wants to be changed. So the application for this particular filter is the 2007 through 2016 Toyota Camrys, and they might even be on the 17s. I'm not sure if my catalog is updated for the 2017 quite yet. The cross-reference numbers for them are Warner is WP967, Fram is CH9972. Fram and Castrol share a lot of the same part numbers, with the exception of the acronym in the beginning. The Mobil version is MO5608. the Mobil 1 is M1C-251, which is actually the next filter. This is the Mobil 1. The Mobil 1 M1C-251 is their full synthetic filter. So all those numbers I just gave you apply to this. Now, Mobil 1 is a full synthetic company. It's a high-end brand, off-brand of Mobil. Their backstory is it really starts in 1911 with excuse me, John Rockefeller. Everyone knows John Rockefeller, especially the conspiracy theorists. His company, Standard Oil, was broken up by the Supreme Court, and when the Supreme Court broke up Standard Oil, it became a bunch of smaller companies. The Supreme Court ruled that it was an illegal monopoly, and so out of it came a company called the Wakefield Oil Company. Mobil and Exxon merged. There's a whole line of acquisitions before you get to Mobil, but Mobil came from the Wakefield Vacuum Company. And when Mobil merged with Exxon in 1999, it became the largest conglomerate in the world. Everyone knows Exxon from the Exxon Valdez spill in Alaska, and their gas stations, obviously. But Mobil 1 is only full synthetic products. This is made in the USA. It's also made, actually before I even get into that, I'm going to hold these up next to each other. I don't know, put them in. I have a sneaky feeling these filters are made at the same factory in Texas. They both originate in Texas. The ironic part is this Mobil 1 filter is much more expensive than this Castrol filter. The Mobil 1 filters are putting a lot of value in their brand, and so they're a little more expensive. So all the things, all the polyfiber, 99%, all the details I gave about this Castrol filter are the same for the Mobil filter. And that goes for all the cross-reference too. It's the Toyota Camrys 07 through 16, possibly 17. All the cross-reference numbers are the same. Again, it's good for more than 3,000 miles because it's intended to be a full synthetic filter. Mobil 1 filters are my top seller on eBay. I sell a ton of these on eBay. They've poured a ton of money into their branding, and they're really, really well known for their full synthetic products. The last filter I have here is the Pennzoil HPZ37, which this particular filter is a spin-on filter. You'll see what I mean by that. Now, when I hold up this canister or cartridge filter, you can see that the two filters are a little bit different. This has the housing built in, whereas this goes into housing that's attached to the vehicle. Spin-on filters consist of 90% of all cars. Your car most likely has a spin-on filter. The newer cars are moving towards cartridge filters because a lot of the newer cars are require full synthetic oil changes. This HPZ-37 comes from Pennzoil, which originated as Zapata Petroleum out of California, but with the which was a product of the Standard Oil breakup in 1911. So Mobil and Pennzoil have very similar origination stories. But in 1955, it merged with South Penn Oil, and Zapata gave its name up, and it became Pennzoil in 1955. 1999, which is the same year that Exxon merged with Mobil, Pennzoil was bought by Devon, which is also known as Royal Dutch Shell. So Shell owns Pennzoil, Shell owns Quaker State. All their products all come from the Shell refineries. So when you get something that's Pennzoil, it's actually really just Shell. This particular filter is made in the USA as well. It's this particular one that I'm holding is actually, no, this one is, yeah, this one was made in the USA. And it's imported domestically and internationally. So they manufacture all of these in the USA. And here's a closer look at the gasket. Get a look inside. There's the labeling. So it's a two-ply gradient fiber filter. It's a synthetic blended filter, so it is good for past the 3,000 standardized miles in between oil changes. It does say that it's good for 2 times the, so you're looking at 6,000 miles on this particular filter. It's good in both conventional and synthetic oil, obviously synthetic blend as well. These are fitted on your Hondas from 1983 all the way to 2017. You have your Hyundai's 86 to 17 and your Nissan's 1995 to 2017. Now this filter has a ton of cross-reference numbers because along the years this particular filter has been modified in a long form, fat form, and short form. This is the smallest version of this filter. It's interesting when we get a car like a Toyota Sequoia, which is a massive vehicle, and this is the little filter that does it. But a lot of people are kind of confused about oil filters, and they think that the size of the filter, if you have a bigger filter, it cleans the oil at a better rate, but that's not actually the case. The size of the filter is kind of irrelevant. It does affect the quantity of the oil, but it doesn't affect how well the oil is cleaned. So I'm going to run through these really quickly because I'm going to put it in the description down below, all the cross-reference numbers. It's for Mobil, it's MO4612. 4612 is a common number for this filter. Mobil also has a 4460, which is the long version. Napa is 1356. Their long version is 1365. Pennzoil actually has a long version of this. It's PZ182. Quaker State is 4612. Valvoline is VO106, and the long version is VO113. I don't carry these in my stores, even though my Quick Lubes are Pennzoil branded. I use Shell oil at my stores, Pennzoil oil, but these are popular with Pennzoil enthusiasts. They don't have quite the following of Castrol or Mobil one, but they're still pretty popular branded. I'd say, I don't know, I might do a ranking video, in my opinion, of the oil the oil companies and their rank. They do nice packaging with a look at what the inside of the filter looks like. It's tough to see, but if you cut it open, pull out the filter, you'll see that it looks very similar to this material right here. So that's it for the first Filter Friday. Hope this helped out in your decision making, or if you came across it looking for more information on the product. I sell all of these filters through my distribution business. I am a wholesaler, so I can't sell them individually, but I can sell them in cases of 6. If you go to oleumoils.com, OLEUMOILS.com, I carry all of these, and you can look at all the other products I have. I've got air filters, cabin air filters, wiper blades, everything on our website. We're just a wholesaler, so we give a little bit better pricing because I sell more so to shops than individuals, but I have no problem sending them out to whoever gives me the money. I'm a big fan of the color green, so I don't discriminate. That's it for this episode. Check out my other episodes. Subscribe. Every Friday I'm going to be putting out a new Filter Friday. I'm going to try to do 3 different filters each time, at least 2, and I'm going to put all of the information I just saw, the cross-reference numbers, in the description. All right, have a good one, guys.
Yeah. She say that she a wanderlust, but she ain't seen the world so much to do at 21. You feel invincible, so hard to find someone to trust. She's still a daddy's girl, she wanna be an actress and a singer like Selena. And she a movie buff, but she ain't seen Breakfast at Tiffany's or Breakfast Club. That's just before her time, so hard to keep a conversation when your mind's on vacation. You got pretty green eyes, I can see them dollar signs, girl. Oh yeah, I heard that you addicted to them sands now, girl. Go ahead with your sleepy ass. Go ahead. Shawty, give me a reason. You know that I'm leaving. Give me a reason. You know that I'm leaving. I know how to please you, and it's stay in the freezer. It's all at your leisure, baby. Perfect. Say she shake it for the Instagram and a Twitter page on YouTube. She's a makeup artist, Hollywood apartment. She's a bartender and a part-time model. All her friends are verified. Wow, man, that's so cool. Wow, girl, can we hang out? Let's take 1,000 pictures like the hype beast now. People saying that we're goals. That's all.